Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name's Favor and I love to make vlogs. I typically like to come along with me for like my day-to-day routine, but I'm not gonna lie, this past week I've been in the house so much to the point where y'all wouldn't even want to watch. I like to call it self-preservation, so I've been doing a lot of self-preservation, a lot of hibernation, so there was literally nothing to vlog. And for that reason, I'm like, you know what, let's do a switch from my usual. So today, as you can see by the title, I want to discuss things that I do personally that keep me consistently happy in my 20s, that can be added into your mindset or just thrown out there in the air. Maybe if you don't want to do these things now, later on in life, you're like, I watched a video where somebody talked about this and that person was right. And that person might be me. So first off, why am I qualified to even give this advice? Why should you listen to me? Like how I know how to be consistently happy. If we could rewind time to about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe even 3.5 years ago, I was an extremely unhappy, angry, dysregulated or unregulated teen who had no idea how to regulate her emotions, who had no form of routine, who was deeply insecure and simply just looking for some type of outside validation or doing things just to keep me unlonely and not being intentional. I want you to have a certain image in mind before I begin my points. Think of your life as a big empire, a big business venture, a big project that's going to be worked on for years and years and years. Every single business entity has a headquarters. The headquarters is essentially where things run at larger scales. The brain is that headquarters. Your brain stores the memories, the future plans that you have for your life, the current plans that you have for your life, the actions that you want to take. So much data, so much information. You want to protect this headquarters because it can make or break the entire project. Everything starts up here. Everything you've ever done has started off as a fleeting idea, and you either caught it and brought it to life and made it your own, or prayed on it, or whatever process that you go through to be able to make the things up here come into fruition. Literally everything starts with your brain or has started off with someone else's brain. So you should go into this wanting to keep your brain running in a forward-thinking, positive, intentional way. Number one, limit the substances or at least give them a purpose. Think about your substance. Everyone doesn't engage in alcohol or drugs or anything like that. Sometimes it's addiction to that phone. I'll say my substance is scrolling endlessly on my phone. So I noticed that while I was doom scrolling on social media, literally all I will be doing is minding other people's business, worried about what type of drama is going on with who. Drama be tea when you're not involved, but it was to a point where, like, have you ever noticed yourself on somebody's page on social media and you start to like overly like have unnecessary opinions, just being a little judgmental. I had a lot of vices actually. I had a smoking phase. I didn't have much of a drinking phase. I had a smoking phase. I had a vice of like retaining meaningless connections with people just so I could feel validated by them. So that's another one. So just think about whatever your substance is trying to cover up about yourself. That is what's being constantly swept under the rug. If you are going through something traumatic and you feel like smoking helps you not think about the trauma, or if you have severe depression and you feel like smoking and drinking helps you not think about the state of your own life, that is what's being constantly swept under the rug. So these vices are intercepting your thoughts that could take you so far. This is you like, hey, okay, I'm leveling up. The substance will literally come and block you, make your brain go into randomized mode and you're not leveling up, block you again, make you go into randomized mode. And then you'll try to level up, but it's not at the same rate. You start back at square one. And for me, what was being swept under the rug is my insecurity about the state of my own life and the state of my mental and not knowing who I was. Let's say I stop doom scrolling, or I give my doom scrolling a purpose, like going on Pinterest and looking at inspiration, people that inspire me, not looking at drama, not looking at what's going on with who, using doom scrolling as a tool for me to be inspired, or not doom scrolling at all. I could throw my phone and put it somewhere else and sit in silence. That is exposing what's going on in my brain when it's not being intercepted. So what was going on in my brain is changing my life and no longer wanting to be stuck in the same place. This leads to my second point of tricking your brain into thinking positively. If there's anything that you want out of life, just trick your brain into believing that you're that. I briefly touched on in the introduction about how I went through being deeply insecure, a people pleaser, dysregulated emotions, no routine, all types of things, and tricking my brain into believing that I was the version of myself that I actually am now has brought me to where I'm at. So tricking my brain to me meant I could still overthink, but I'd overthink in a way that's positive to me. So instead of thinking, why me? Why do I have this sucky, depressing life and everyone else doesn't? Why do I want to be validated by other people, by boys, by people that I put on a pedestal and think are better than me? Why don't I just be better than me? Why don't I just validate myself? Why don't I just have a meaningful connection with myself? You see what I'm saying? So I tricked my brain by just constantly speaking positively over my life and over other people's lives, not being so negative all the time, not consuming drama online that would fuel the flame of me being negative all the time. And don't get me wrong, I still love me a good mess every now and then, but the hours on hours of scrolling made it really bad. I gave it a purpose, like I said. So I just would say, if you're going to overthink positive things. Overthink things that will take you far. Overthink ideas that'll make you more creative, more smart, more rich, everything, all that. Overthink in the right way. It's harder than it sounds, but you already are watching this video, so that's kind of like a step towards doing better. My next point goes back to my intro where I said I've been self-preserving so much, hibernating, being in the house. It doesn't fully connect, but this one is to move slowly. Just imagine you're in a room and you see the most gorgeous girl walk in. She's strutting really slow. She's being graceful with every action. She's not rushing through activities or multitasking, trying to hold her bag and hold her phone and hold her water bottle and her keys fall on the floor. Like, I just feel like moving slow is not only really feminine, but it gives you the time and the space to be as intentional as you can with every movement. I've noticed me personally, when I'm rushing, things are forgotten, things are rushed, details are not paid attention to, especially with college as an example. Like when I rush through my assignments just to turn something in, it's rare for me to get a 100. So if you're striving to be the best that you can be, see ways that you can move slower in your routine and in your daily life. Try if you can to wake up 5 minutes earlier than you did the day before and see how big of a difference it really makes in not only your mood but in your result. Like, you know how people say when you start the car, you're not supposed to just start it and pull off. You're supposed to start it, let it, I guess, run for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you go. It's kind of the same thing. When you go into activities with the mindset of just rushing and trying to do this, then do that, then do that, then do that, then do that, you're burnt out, you're exhausted, you end up doing the bare minimum just to say you did it. But when you take your time, you just are more confident in what you do. It makes your mood better, and you probably can explain it better to somebody else who asks how you did it. Another way that I'm consistently happy and emotionally regulated in my 20s is that I pay attention to my own patterns. In a more harsher term, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Paying attention to your own patterns helps you observe yourself, and it helps you notice how you feel when you're in certain positions, when you're doing certain things, when you're wearing certain things, when you spray certain scents, when you do things at a certain time. Also sets you up for success because you know how to plan accordingly, tailored to you as a person. So just imagine your favorite celebrity ever or your favorite tennis player ever DM you one day and say, hey, I'm gonna be in your city on XYZ day. What day should we meet? Now, if you don't know yourself and you're just happy and giddy, you can automatically say as early as possible, let's meet at 8 a.m. Little do you know about yourself, you're not even a morning person. So by the time you get there, you're gonna be irritated, out of your element, not even feel like socializing and talking for real. And it costs you an opportunity. So what I mean by paying attention to your patterns, I do so using a journal. I don't write as often as I should. I feel like I write maybe every 3 to 4 days, sometimes every 2 days, because I do have a really busy life. But I just document whenever certain things make me happy. Something weird about me is that I moisturize my entire body inch to inch. I don't know why, but it just makes me feel so happy and so confident. So if I'm entering an important interview and I'm ashy as hell, just getting up ready to leave, I can be like, no, I need to moisturize my whole body. And by the time I get there, my entire mood is better because I know that I'm not ashy. Like, I don't know, it's a random, but it be the littlest things that make the biggest impact. Pay attention to your patterns. Pay attention to how certain things, certain people make you feel. Sometimes you're constantly in an environment where you feel drained. You don't even feel happy to be around these people. You don't even like sushi, and you constantly going with them to the Asian restaurant just because they want to go to the Asian restaurant. You don't even like Asian. You don't even like food. You don't even like sushi. I used to be the type of person, I just go with the flow. Like, whatever you want to do, I want to do. I'm the type, you ask me what I want to eat or where I want to go, it don't matter to me. We could go at any time. We could do this whenever you feel like it. Whenever you want to go, I go. But it didn't always work out for me. Paying attention to your patterns helps you know your worth. It helps you learn new things about yourself. It helps you plan accordingly. It helps you avoid those situations where you can be anything less than happy. I just learned about myself that I hate unnecessarily loud noises. So do I need to be at the club? Yes, sometimes, okay, sometimes. But will I be going every weekend? No. Another thing I learned about myself is I have better capacity to retain one-on-one connections with my friends as opposed to a huge group of friends. I can't keep up with it. Do I need to put all my friends in a group chat and invite them to go on a big trip to go to XYZ? Probably not, because I'm gonna get irritated with all them different personalities around me and probably fuck around and lose a friend or two because I keep having an attitude with them. But since I have noted about myself that my connections are attained longer and better when they're one-on-one connections, person to person, I know that I can meet with one of my friends to go to the movies on the weekend, and maybe another day I'll go with my other friend and we go hiking, like little things like that. Pay attention to what makes you happy and continuously do it as much as you can. Final one is something I literally just picked up, as you guys can see, which is finding your hobby and sticking to it. I think hobbies are a beautiful thing. I think as 20-something-year-olds, we are constantly going to work, then home. Or if you're in college like me, going to school, doing work things, and then going straight home. I think finding a hobby is you telling your brain, hey, I'm still a human, I'm not a robot. I don't have to 24/7 pour into a corporation who might not even care about me. When I care about me, I can commit to doing something once a week that makes me happy. My inner child wants me to hone in on doing things I'm actually interested in instead of just taking care of business and being done with it. And I'm a victim of that. I have super busy long days, and I do be experiencing burnout and just wanting to stay home and not do anything. But one thing that I really enjoy is vlogging. It makes me feel like I have a little friend that I'm talking to, and I don't have to physically be around anyone to get my thoughts out and be creative and talk to a camera. I love talking to a camera. I'm a yapper. I could talk for hours on end. So I picked my hobby, which is YouTube, and I'm forcing myself to stick to it. I'm trying to do videos weekly. Sometimes it be 10 or 11 days max, but I'm gonna try my best to continue to stick to YouTube. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I tried my best to condense the ideas a bit just for the sake of time. If y'all want more sit downs and y'all like hearing me yap, let me know, because this is what I like to do. If you can relate to some of the things that I mentioned, feel free to be vulnerable in the comments under an anonymous page, okay? I know how it gets. I'm very avoidant. I don't like expressing vulnerability, but it's something that I need to practice. So here I am. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.